Well, hey there, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Jeremy, and this is a special video. I am joined with a friend that I actually had the pleasure of working with here for the past couple of years. Joining me on the line is Nichole Constantin. What's up, Nichole?
Hey, Jeremy.
I'm glad that we're able to kind of talk about this. A couple of weeks ago, it was brought to my attention that you kind of had an idea incubating in your brain. The name of the project is the Sadie Grace Project, and I kind of just wanted to speak with you a little bit today about what's going on, the inception of it, what the goals are, and things like that. So I really do appreciate you taking a minute out of your day to chat with me about it.
Oh, absolutely. And I greatly appreciate you doing this with me. This is something we've talked about doing for a long time. So this is like the perfect opportunity for this.
Well, and most of the time I'm talking about really unimportant, trivial stuff. And
Well, it's important to you and your following, so you can't just say it's unimportant, but
yeah, well, this is just something that's really inspiring to me. So, yeah, for the folks at home, talk to me a little bit about the Sadie Grace Project. What is that?
okay, so the Sadie Grace project came about actually a few weeks ago. It is being built for teenagers who are going through the process of trying to figure out their identity, their sexual preferences, um, and also to come together as a community, get the families involved, just to have just a support group because there's not one there. It's like a community outreach so that we can, get out there and get our hands out there to for somebody to grab a hold of, um, because it's a huge need and it's not in the community and it needs to be.
So, I do know there's a Facebook group that you guys can go over and check out. It's called the Sadie Grace Project. Where did the name come from, Nichole? What was the inception of this thing?
The idea of the name, actually, that is my daughter's name. She's 15. A few years ago, she came to actually her father first. I was a little jelly. Um, but she came out and she was like, I have the same feelings for girls as I do with boys. And, she's the one that inspired me, the strength, the nerve and the trust and the not knowing of what was going to be the outcome with her father and I. And, she was bawling and I just held her and I told her, you're my daughter. Like you are my flesh and I will support and love you no matter what. And so, I didn't want to just base it on her, but she is the one that inspired me to do this. So, in honor of her, I named it the Sadie Grace Project.
So, I mean, God, she is incredibly lucky to have two supportive parents, obviously, and I think a lot of the reason why we're having this conversation is not everybody is so lucky. Lots of people kind of have a biased or older fashioned school of thought when it comes to sexuality and things like that. I'm sure it was really challenging for Sadie to come to her parents and to lay this all out in front of you. You mentioned that she was emotional about it. Do you know, has she dealt with any other kind of adversity about this? Have people generally been pretty receptive to it?
So far, everybody's been pretty receptive. Of course, everybody's going to have their opinion, whether it's positive or negative. But at the end of the day, so long as my child is being supported by the people who love her the most, that's all we care about. And I mean, there are those few that who don't really understand, um, or who don't fully agree with it, but they still love her just the same.
So, how's the group going so far? Y'all got a bit of members in there?
Yes, actually, we do. At a week old, we were already over 100 members.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's awesome. Um, Within the first night, we were at like 80, I believe. But it is nationally known in multiple different states. I have different moderators in those states, and it is also international, um, with a friend of mine in England, and So I was very grateful for the outpouring of support and the people who were more than willing to step up and help me, because I just, it's going to take a village.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm only one person, so it's going very well. It's still in the beginning stages, and I just ask that everybody bear with me and my team, while we continue building this, because we're learning along the way.
So it in itself, I think, is a great resource and a great place for people that are kind of seeking support, whether you are the teenager or whether you are the parents. This is a safe space to go and to be able to kind of share your experiences and things like that. But it's not only for family members, right? Like people who just want to support a good cause can be a part of this group as well.
Absolutely. Anybody who is willing to, even if they just want to be a part of the group, to give support over Facebook, or, be somebody that one of these children or family member feel comfortable reaching out to, um, helping me and my team that I've, been working on putting together. It's like all hands on deck, all walks of life. So long as you're supportive and loving, to everybody, and there's no hate and bashing, because I mean, we have enough of that in the world. We don't need any more of it.
Yeah, no, you and I have talked a little bit before we started recording, and I do know, like we mentioned, this is a place that can be a great support network. But in addition to that, we're talking about actually practically going in and helping get support for people and resources and things like that. Can you tell me a little bit about that idea?
Yes. So what I'm doing, I'm in the process of getting all the information and researching on how to form a nonprofit organization. Uh, it will be called the Sadie Grace Project, so that we can, get donations in, fundraising, put events on, so that we can have like little events and things for the families and these kids. And also, if I ever get approached, I'm hoping in the next year, the project will have enough funding to begin offering and helping these kids and their families, if they feel the need to get some counseling because of, some things going on behind closed doors with, interpersonal things. um, that's my goal for the first year, is to get the nonprofit going and to be able to actually physically help these families get any kind of help that they need, any resources, information, just whatever is needed.
So we can, as anybody who's checking this out right now, if you want to help support the Sadie Grace Project, all you got to do is head over and request an ad into the group. Nichole, this is just such a cool thing. I really do want to help see it grow. I want to help you see this through to fruition. Is there anything else you want to share with the folks before we wrap this thing up?
The only thing I can say is, if you have a family member or a friend, or, just support them. They need the support, they need the love, they need somebody on their side. Not standing behind them, but standing next to them,
That's
holding
right.
their hand. Um, so, I mean, other than that, if you want to be added to the group, search the group, send an invite request, and you'll be added. And just whatever help you can give, I'm very appreciative.
All right, guys and gals, that is Nichole Constantin, and we were talking about the Sadie Grace Project. Thank you guys so much for coming by to check this out. If you want to help get the word out yourself, then all you got to do is click that little share button, because as you know, sharing is caring. So thank you guys so much for stopping by to check this out. Hit me up on social media. Make sure to go by and check out all the things going on over at the Sadie Grace Project. And until next time, bye.
Bye.